let me ask you something. Are you throwing away money? I mean, like literally just tossing cash straight into the garbage can. Because if you think about it, every single time you open the fridge and find that bag of lettuce has turned into, green slime, well, that's exactly what's happening. That's cash in the trash. Or how about that beautiful steak you were saving for a special occasion? Now it's covered in those nasty ice crystals and tastes like, well, freezer. Yep, that's even more of your hard-earned money right down the drain. I mean, come on, with grocery prices just soaring through the roof, wasting food isn't just frustrating anymore, right? It's a serious, serious drain on your wallet. But what if there was a way to fight back? What if you could make your food last up to 5 times longer? A way to keep everything fresh, full of flavor, and safe to eat for weeks, maybe even months longer than you're used to. Today, we're going to break down a kitchen gadget that claims to do just that. It's a real game changer. And hey, if you want to see the product on Amazon, I'll leave the link in the description. All right, so first things first, let's get really clear on the enemy here. We're talking about food spoilage. It's what costs us money, and it's what robs our food of all that amazing freshness and flavor. So what's the big solution? Well, it actually comes down to removing one key element: air. Yeah, just air. See, when you take oxygen out of the equation, you slow down that whole decay process, like dramatically. I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got your standard storage, plastic wrap, maybe some containers, where food is just constantly exposed to air. And that's what leads to freezer burn and a super short shelf life. But then on the other side, you have vacuum sealing. It creates this awesome airtight barrier that can extend that shelf life, and I mean significantly. And that, my friends, brings us to our specific example for today, the POTANE VS2690. This is a really popular machine, and it's designed to bring this exact kind of professional food preservation right into your home kitchen. Okay, so let's really dive into this thing. What makes this machine tick? Because it's not just about, sucking the air out. It's about doing it with some serious precision. So at its core, you've got what the company calls an 8-in-1 easy preset system. Now, what that really means is it breaks down into 4 different ways to operate it and 4 specific modes for food. So you can literally tell the machine exactly what you're sealing. And this is where it gets really interesting, because the versatility here is just awesome. It has dedicated modes for dry stuff, like nuts or coffee beans, moist foods, like a marinated chicken, soft things like bread, and get this, even delicate items like potato chips that you absolutely do not want to crush into dust. And check this out. This is a really clever design detail. The machine actually has this sloping top, and it's specifically engineered to stop it from sucking all the juices right out of moist foods like meat or fish. It's a smart little feature that keeps all that flavor and moisture right where it belongs, in the food. All right, let's move on, because a good kitchen gadget, well, it isn't just about cool features, is it? It's also about trust, it's about durability, and it's definitely about safety. So the company makes a pretty big claim here. Safety is our #1 priority. And look, that's not just marketing fluff. It's actually backed up by an ETL certification. Now, what that means is that it's been independently tested by nationally recognized labs to make sure it meets really specific safety standards. So, just how confident is the company that this thing is built to last? Well, they back it up with some pretty impressive numbers. First up, we've got the number 5. That's a 5-year warranty. Then you've got the number 2. On top of the warranty, they offer a 2-year no-hassle return guarantee. That is a huge window for total peace of mind. And finally, number 7. All that user confidence, it seems to be reflected in the sales, because this thing holds the number 7 spot in a super competitive category on Amazon, vacuum sealers. Okay, so let's bring it all home. What's the final takeaway? What does all this actually mean for you? In your kitchen, looking at your grocery bill? It's actually really simple. It means you save real money on groceries because you're wasting way less. It means you get to keep your food tasting fresh for much, much longer. And it means you get a machine that's designed to be both super easy to use and, as we saw, rigorously tested for safety. And that brings us right back to that very first question I asked. When you really look at the food you toss out every single week, it's not just food, is it? It's money, cold, hard cash. So the real question is, are you ready to stop throwing your money in the trash? Look at the description. There's the direct link with a discount